Hello friends, greetings from PMP New Horizon Group and welcome to this video. In this video, we will share a few tips on how to solve the Change Control Board questions in 2023 PMP exam. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel to view upcoming videos. If you have comments, questions, please share with us through comments section so that we can help you. In addition, we have shared a few links in the description that will help you to access the exam study material. So, guys, you will be thinking how many the Change Control Board questions appear in the real PMP exam? The answer is the number of questions on a specific topic, such as change control boards, in the PMP exam can vary from one exam to another. The Project Management Professional, PMP, exam is composed of a mix of questions covering the various domains of project management. You can expect at least 10 to 15 questions in each PMP exam. What are the tips and tricks to solve the Change Control Board questions? Follow the sequential steps for the change request. The most important tip is to understand the change request steps. Aspirants should understand these steps by heart in both the ascending and descending orders. Meeting with stakeholder to understand reason, what he needs to change. Analyze impact of the change with the project team on project constraints, scope, cost, schedule, quality, risk, etc. Inform stakeholder about the impact of such change. Send change request to the CCB. Send request to the sponsor, if sponsor is not part of the CCB. After approval by CCB, sponsor record the change in the change log. Update project management plan, baselines and documents. Communicate, inform the key stakeholder. Implement the approved change request by the project team. Let's understand more tips for solving Change Control Board questions. Understand the basics. Ensure you have a solid understanding of what a Change Control Board is, its purpose, and its role in project management. Understand that it's a formal group responsible for evaluating, approving, and sometimes rejecting changes to a project. Review the change request. Read the scenario or question carefully to understand what change is being proposed. Identify who is making the request and what the potential impact of the change could be on the project scope, schedule, budget, and other aspects. Evaluate impact. Consider the potential effects of the proposed change on the project's constraints, scope, schedule, budget, quality, resources, etc. Analyze whether the change is in line with the project's objectives and if it's necessary for project success. Identify stakeholders. Determine which stakeholders are involved in the change request and could be affected by the decision of the Change Control Board. Assess risks. Consider any risks associated with the proposed change. Could it lead to delays, budget overruns, or other negative consequences? Think about potential risks to the project's success. Check for alignment. Consider whether the proposed change aligns with the project's overall goals, objectives, and strategic alignment with the organization. Does it make sense within the project's context? Follow the change control process. Understand the steps involved in the change control process. This typically includes submitting a change request, reviewing it by the CCB, evaluating its impact, deciding, and communicating the decision to stakeholders. Identify correct actions. Based on the scenario provided, identify the appropriate actions to take. This could include recommending approval, rejection, or further analysis of the proposed change. Consider project documents. Be aware of project documents like the project management plan, scope statement, risk register, and stakeholder register. These documents might provide information to help you make an informed decision. Choose the best answer. Select the answer option that aligns with your analysis of the scenario and your understanding of change control processes. Keep in mind that the PMP exam often focuses on best practices and aligning with PMI standards. Remember, practice is the key to success. Work through practice questions and scenarios related to change control boards to familiarize yourself with different situations and decision-making processes. Always refer to the latest PMP exam prep materials and resources for the most up-to-date information and guidance. Guys, in the comments tab, we have shared links of PMP New Horizon courses that contain tons of practice questions along with discount code. It will help you to pass the exam in the flying colors. Let's solve a few Change Control Board related questions. For an ongoing hybrid lifecycle project, the project manager receives several scope change requests from several key stakeholders and the subject matter experts. Which 3 next best actions should the project manager take for this situation? Choose 3. A. Update the scope management plan. B. Update the change log. C. Seek the sponsor's approval of the approved change request. D. Review the change management plan. A. Perform the integrated change control process. Feel free to pause the video for a minute and select the best 3 answers. Answers D, A, and C. Explanation. As per the given options, the project manager's first step should be to review the change management plan, to understand how to get the formal authorization for the change request, and the second step should be to perform the integrated change control process, so that the Change Control Board, CCB, can review all the scope-related change requests, and the third step should be to seek the sponsor's approval of the approved change request, so that the project sponsor can allocate funds to the contingency reserve. As per PMBOK 6th edition, Change Management Plan describes how the change requests throughout the project will be formally authorized and incorporated. Perform integrated change control is the process of reviewing all change requests, approving changes and managing changes to deliverables, project documents, and the project management plan, and communicating the decisions. And as per PMBOK 7th edition, reserve is an amount of time or budget set aside to account for handling risks. Contingency reserve is set aside to address identified risks should they occur. Management reserve is a budget category used for unknown events such as unplanned, in-scope work. Option B can be performed after option C so that the approved change request status can be updated in the change log, and option A is the last option for this situation. Therefore, all these options do not apply here. Reference: PMBOK 6th edition page numbers 88 and 113, PMBOK 7th edition page number 127, and steps for change request. During the project's monitoring processes, one of the key stakeholders approaches the project manager to slightly add changes to the project scope and a few additional features. What should the project manager do next? A. Issue a change request to the Change Control Board. B. Evaluate the change request based on other project's constraints. C. Decline the request as the project is in the monitoring processes. D. Inform the project team to add changes to the existing scope. Feel free to pause the video for a minute and select the best answer. Answer B. Explanation. In this situation, the project manager should evaluate the change request based on other project's constraints, like schedule, cost, quality, resources, etc. as this change request can impact the project management plan, project documents, or the product's deliverables. As per PMBOK 6th edition, change requests are processed for review and disposition through the Perform Integrated Change Control process. Option A can be performed after option B, option C will not address this situation, and option D can add scope creep. Therefore, all these options do not apply here. Reference: PMBOK 6th edition page number 112 in attached snapshot. Steps listed in the snapshot are sequential. During the project's quality audit process, an auditor identifies that the team has implemented a few inefficient processes. It may cause defects to the project's upcoming deliverable. What should the project manager do next? A. Inform team members to perform the root cause analysis. B. Document the recommended corrective actions and raise a change request to the Change Control Board. C. Add more inspections to the deliverable. D. Inform team members to perform work as per audit findings. Feel free to pause the video for a minute and select the best answer. Answer B. Explanation. In this situation, the project is in managed quality process and an auditor has already identified that the inefficient processes will cause defects to deliverable. Therefore, the project manager should document the recommended corrective actions and raise a change request to the Change Control Board, so that all the upcoming changes can be formally approved by the Change Control Board and it can be implemented to correct the upcoming deliverable. As per PMBOK 6th edition, if changes occur during the managed quality process that impact any of the components of the project management plan, project documents, or project or product management processes, the project manager should submit a change request and follow the Perform Integrated Change Control process. Option A. Since it is already confirmed that the team has implemented a few inefficient processes, this option does not apply here. Options C and D will not address the situation, and option D can be performed after the approved change request process. Therefore, all these options do not apply here. Reference: PMBOK 6th edition, page number 296. One of the key stakeholders requests for an urgent legal process related change request. The project manager documents the formal change request and submits it to the Change Control Board. What should be the next step for this situation? A. Establish the process whether a change request is needed or not. B. The Change Control Board members will approve, reject, defer the change request. C. The Change Control Board members will use expert judgment to approve, reject, defer the change request. D. The Change Control Board will use an autocratic decision-making technique to approve, reject, defer the change request. Feel free to pause the video for a minute and select the best answer. Answer C. Explanation. In this situation, the project manager has already submitted the change request to the CCB, therefore the next step should be that the Change Control Board members will use expert judgment to approve, reject, defer the change request, so that this legal process related change request can be reviewed by legal experts in the performed change control process. As per PMBOK 6th edition, expertise should be considered from individuals or groups with specialized knowledge of or training in the following topics, and legal and procurement. Option A is not relevant to this situation. Option B, for a legal process related change request, expert judgment will be required, and option D, this situation requires expert judgment instead of an autocratic decision-making technique. One person decides on behalf of the entire group, therefore, all these options do not apply here. Reference: PMBOK 6th edition, page number 118. Thank you for watching the video, and very soon we will see you in our next video on another PMP topic. Happy learning!